Griffith has like a 8 o'clock game.
Oh,
At
really?
night?
Or sorry, scheduled for 6,
So probably 8.
I believe. Yeah, I did print
It's
it.
not good control. I tell you what, is it as bad as Thursday's weather?
No, not even close.
Jesus Christ, that was
How crazy was that?
You know what? It really wasn't as bad. Like, I mean, listen, it was bad, but like, I'm just glad we weren't on the other coast.
The wind
or
was,
in the Panhandle. Yeah, the
the
wind
wind
was
crazy.
the most I've ever seen it down there.
I think we got I think the high in my town, I got to I think it was 87 miles an hour was the highest it got to.
It was cooking. It was I mean, it was interesting to see how it was down there.
Yeah.
Playing in that was unique.
Unique New York.
Well, I mean, I love Scotch.
The arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
Oh, we got an hour tonight, boys and girls. That's all. We're fucking doing an hour. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying their rain delay down in Vieira right now.
Just coming back.
Yeah, just back.
Also, just don't say anything mean about anybody with certain associations online, because apparently you're not able to play.
Yeah, you get censored now. So, imagine that.
But not if you want to stream their games. They have no problem with that. Again,
freedom of fucking speech, right?
That's not how freedom of speech works.
Why not?
Because they're not actually the government. The government can't do anything about you. You are not free from consequence from private entities.
Yeah,
USSSA is a private entity. If that's what they want to do, they can do it.
Whoa, I said an association. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll say it. They can do it. They can be called pussies for doing it as well, but they can do it.
I guess that's the day and age, huh?
No, that's what the law is. That's what the amendment is.
Fuck the laws, right?
I think that's an NWA song.
Yeah, that's what USSSA is saying. Everybody, fuck you guys. We'll do what we want.
Now Rage Against the Machine, the liberal powers that be.
Our boys from Eli Real are playing at 8:00. They're playing.
I thought they were playing already.
I don't know. I'm not watching. I canceled my U-Trip subscription the moment we got that cease and desist letter. You think I want to pay for that? And from listening to you guys that were actually watching at home, I kept hearing how fucking brutal the streams were.
Who's talking shit about them?
It's the commercials are terrible.
That's what I mean.
Like unbelievable. Like you don't need the commercials. Like you guys make enough money. You don't need the commercials.
We gotta push those Vipers.
No, they stopped doing those. It's not even the Vipers. It's like I couldn't even
getting UMaine.
Yeah,
it's just like
regional.
Typical like
yeah.
It's OTV. What is it? Is it CTV? No, OTH, whatever it is. Yeah, it's marketing.
But
OTC over the close.
We don't need we don't need commercials every fucking 7 minutes.
Not on it
already.
Right,
it's
like I'm paying for it.
I'm paying a monthly Netflix subscription to have this for the month, and I'm paying because I don't fucking do the extra $3 for no ads.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though? Like it's fuck. Where is it going? If this was a free service, if this was a free service and it had the ads, fine. You get to watch it for free. That's fine. It it helps grow the game.
I'll tell you what. You know who had no ads and it was free? ASA.
ASA, and it went well. And Dustin was saying last week when he was on about how great it was, and all the bats were clipped. It was all AI. So
it did it all for you.
Yeah, which is
all those hardos. Yeah. Thunder just hit another homer, so they're up 24-5. They have home runs left. It's crazy.
They're playing future ones.
Yeah, it's the top of the third.
Oh, good game so far.
If I'm telling you right now, if Eli Road somehow loses, Thunder's got to walk to the finals.
You think so?
Yes.
How about I love this today. Finally seeing PF back on the field. I know.
I didn't get to watch it, but
and they pumped Axe 28-12. I know they were down early, but they put up an 8 spot in the top of the 4th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing that. Love seeing PF back on the field. Hopefully, Rob, great sponsor.
Yeah.
Hopefully PF goes down there and makes a nice little run. Think they're already doing better than they did last year at B Worlds.
If you look at the bottom of that, pull up the B Worlds, look at the bottom of that bracket. Eagle
the part that
Paint.
they're in.
Eagle Paint, Eli Real, JLS Sports, like that bottom part of that bracket is fucking stacked.
That's a pretty good little side of the bracket.
I mean,
but we'll see.
If Thunder wins, they play the Amish.
Who are they playing?
The Cedar Creek.
Yeah. Ooh, and that team's been together since what? E?
Yeah.
In some variation of it. So Cedar Creek beat the Maryland team Moose, and then did they beat Moneyball as well?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, they beat Moneyball 18-7.
Okay.
CLA, is that
that's one of the
Pudge's team?
I don't know. I think
I'm pulling it up.
Yeah, my brother ended up not going to Worlds. I think that's them.
Yeah, I think that's it.
My brother's arm is shot. He thinks he's not going to have surgery on his elbow.
Jesus, yeah, that's Pudge's team. CLA. Cody Shoop. Yeah, that guy fucking hits. I love. Oh, the shoot, both shoot. Sorry. Anyway, let's get her going, ladies. I've got my ears are hurting. I spent a little too much time in the pool this weekend. Had a lot of time to do that too, as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bring It Coco. What's up? What you drinking?
Ladies and gentlemen, you got to do it. If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna be here, you're gonna do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to. I got you. Fucking better.
Thanks, buddy.
You're going to be dying in like a year and a half. Your daughter's going to be screaming that at you every Tuesday.
Oh, that's ambitious of you. After the way the group chat started this morning. Coco, what's up, baby? What you drinking?
I have a little Metamoon Prime today.
Metamucil?
Metamoon.
Is that the
clear?
Is that the green one? Like that comes in the green bottle?
No, it's just like straight up coconut water.
Okay.
But I also have
with or without the pulp.
No pulp. I have some Mott's fruit snacks.
Ooh, those are dangerous.
You're eating them one at a time?
Well, it helps me. Rubber Duck is El Patito de Jul. It has teach me Spanish here. So
you know what's dangerous? Crystal gets the soft baked cookies from Costco or BJ's. I ate the whole box in like 2 days.
Yeah, because that's fucking delicious.
Uh-huh.
What was I gonna Coco with?
They're stuck in my teeth.
Got it. Anyway, Snides, what's happening, baby? What you got?
I have nothing right now. I actually have to get up and get a drink in a minute. I sat down to get the live stream going, and I didn't get to the fridge yet.
I mean, 8 o'clock sneaks up on you, doesn't it?
I got on at 7:30 to watch the softball game, and didn't realize what time it was. And this team sucks.
What game you watching now?
I'm about to get off it because this Future Ones team can't even field the fucking ground ball.
Ooh. Is JP on that team?
I don't know if he still is, man.
I don't know if he's still,
yeah.
I got myself a little bourbon. Amanda looked at me. She's like, "You seem really fucking on edge." I'm like, "Yeah, I kind of."
I think he's right these days, right?
Yeah, mine's work related, which is always fucking great. So, anyway.
Stupid fucking ad.
Jesus Christ, were you just in a hurricane?
No, that was the ad playing on USSSA Live. Like, I need an ad to open up the fucking stream.
Hey, Snides, why don't you start off with Wit? I'm trying to get the link. I know Corey posted it in our comments, but
yeah. So I don't know the details. I just know his son was in some kind of accident, and they had to amputate his leg from the knee down to save him. So I think he's a freshman or sophomore in high school. So I haven't really got the details now, and I haven't really reached out to Wit. He's probably getting a lot of people. But so yeah, and I think it was like emergency amputation. Like they literally had to do it right then and there.
Really?
Yeah, I think there was no going back. It was do it right then and there, or there, his life was at risk. So, but I think they've already
that shared out.
Yeah, I think they've already raised. I think the goal in the beginning was 25K, and I think they're already up at 65K.
That's
Holy
awesome.
shit!
So
love
I
that.
mean,
Amazing.
I know I can say it on here. I haven't really reached out to him yet, but I think it'd be good if we reach out to him and maybe even reach out to Belly, and him and his kid can have a little conversation about life. You know?
I think that would be
Mhm.
an amazing connection for a kid.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So
We can
I mean,
we can get that set up.
yeah. So I mean, I knew you guys would be down for it, but I haven't reached out to Whit yet. But give him a little bit of time, and if his son's down for it and Belly's down for it, we can get them connected.
Perfect. And we just threw it in the we just threw the GoFundMe in the comments across all our platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So they're at 79.6.
Yeah, that's good.
Holy shit, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's we when we did this for Belly, we talked about it like the goosebumps just thinking of that already, and it's like emotionally, I can't imagine that feeling as a father, that whatever what you're going through and what your family's going through, man. I mean, the money's only going to do so much, and hopefully you guys can rally around each other and let us know how we can help.
Yeah, Whit's on here. He brought me to tears the other day, so I can tell you that Whit person. So
yeah, this is so definitely go to the go share it out. We'll share it out on our page after the show tonight. We'll do it tomorrow. If you're able to contribute, definitely help out. If not, if you just want to share it, that'd be huge too. We know how well social media can take off and really help out people in these types of times. So, yeah. Anyway, now we had D Worlds during a hurricane, which
wasn't bad though. It was better than expected, right?
No, yeah, it was fine. I had 17 different contingency plans because there was no chance I was going to get stuck in Florida. Like,
it's gorgeous.
It is now. It was
never
beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Sunday was awesome after the storm.
Yeah, it was great here. I was here. I was back home Saturday at 12. I was holding my girl by 12:15. I loved it. I had my baby in my arms. I was so damn happy. So I had all these contingency plans of like, if flights at airports are shut down and we're still playing and all this, like, I'm like, I'll fucking drive to Charleston. I'll drive to Baltimore. Like, I'll figure out a way to get home.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah, we can do that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, so we were, the west coast of Florida got hit pretty bad. Fuck, it's been a while here. Hold on.
I think the worst of it went into the west coast of Florida, into Georgia, into North Carolina.
Yeah, talking to a coworker of mine, he said his mom's on top of a mountain. There's only one way into her complex or development. And on a regular day when it rains, it floods the street and she can't get in or out. He's like, they don't think that she's going to be able to get out of her road for like 3, 4, 5 days at the earliest. She has no food unless it was dry food in the cabinets. No power, nothing.
I know people in Georgia are still without power. I know Mike Anderson he still has no power. It's crazy.
So he was also looking for arts and crafts too.
Yeah. Well, it's not speech because you can't understand him when he's talking.
But no, it was so that was unique, and I'm still a lot of the talk was 105 teams, like, why the drop off? A lot of people were talking about it. A couple years ago it was 125. So it's still 20 teams. Felt like last year, what was the number we saw? 134.
Something.
But also, why did it get bumped so far up? I don't know. Interesting. D made a thing saying you play all year and you're playing in a hurricane, and it's just Florida at this time of year. You never know. Like, it's hurricane season anyway. So
but supposedly it's supposed to be nasty this weekend and then again next weekend. So like you never know.
No, I got Columbus Day off, so if I get stuck in an airport, I got an extra day of wiggle room.
Yeah. Not a far drive for me.
But no, it was it was good. It was good to see some teams take our words to heart and make their own picture.
That's the picture of the year right there. I loved it. I was dying laughing at it.
Oh my god, that was fucking amazing. When I got back to the house and that was shared, I was dying. And that's the that's the Murderers Row boys. calling us out because we couldn't. We said that the Scott Routing was going to beat them, and they took care of business.
Yep.
Which is awesome. And listen, at the end of the day, Murderers Row finished 9th. We had some teams up in the top 10 of which I love seeing.
I think we had a couple of disappointments, but besides that, I think it was part of course.
I think the biggest thing was, seeing Angry Shamrocks finish 5th.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
Pope's a very good pitcher.
Yeah. Even the Spartans turned it on a little bit like we were hoping.
Yeah, we were talking about them earlier in the season and then not too much for them, but I think they got that first round bye and then won the first 3 games, I believe. So once you get that early round start, it's nice.
They beat some good teams.
Yeah, they did. Here's the post we're talking about here too. Let me just pull it up real quick. This was the one we saw when I got back to the house and bring a podcast. The Rosen being the Amish, the row. And they all threw the beards on and the hats, the pilgrim hats.
Pilgrim hats is the best.
I'll absolutely take it. I was the one that I was like, man, that sucks for them. Like, that's a shitty first game to have.
Yeah.
I still stand by that. Anytime you see that you're supposed to be playing an Amish team in the first round and an Amish team at that point that was what, like 25-4?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna say that every single time. I love that the Murderers Row boys beat them. I added Cabo immediately afterwards. So Dustin and I were in my living room watching the games, and he just has that like cackle that, and I was like, "What?" And he goes, "You gotta look." And he sent it to me, and I was like, "That's fucking. I will absolutely eat that right away." Like, I said it.
That's the picture of the year.
Bring it. That's awesome.
Yeah. No, that was great. I mean, listen, they were sitting. Where were they sitting before the tournament? I mean, they were over 1,100. They're 34-15 in class. They had a hell of a year, and we know these guys, right? Like these guys, they're tight together. They play hard. They love to go on the field together, and they really bond. And really, it's you're trying to beat a group instead of individuals. And they came together at the right time, and man, made a nice little run. Beating that Scott Routing
but they ran into my Florida boys. That PYP team caught fire.
They finished off. They beat Scott Routing, Treatham Sports. They ruled them 11-1, and Treatham Sports was not a slouch. That's a good team too out of Jersey. Rhode Island Rays, which a lot of people were, I was surprised to see them doing well, but they had second half of the year played very well, and then they ran into PYP, who won second, excuse me, and then Drip, who was a team that we expected probably a little more of because you knew them.
And I was watching with Drip, and they played that game pretty tight, I believe, too. When I was it was kind of going back and forth a little bit, and I think that I know when we watched Drip play against the Wolfpack, they were pretty chirpy. They were up by a bunch. They ended up winning like 16-10. They didn't get chirpy with Murderers Row.
Yeah.
And
would you want to get chirpy with those fucking guys?
That's what I said.
I did. They said a post about it.
I said to my buddies from PYP, I said, those guys get a little bit mouthy with you. They said they tried doing the first inning, but 15-1 doesn't really let them talk.
I mean, I think Oski's going to talk no matter what the score is. But no, like I wouldn't, that's definitely a team where if they're quiet, you don't want to talk to them because I think they thrive off that. They can get it going. But man, I mean, you look at this lineup, it's they're going to be in C-ball next year, and hopefully this team sticks together because I really do think that I think this is a good team. I think it's a very good team, and hopefully they stick together and do some things next year.
They've been together for a while, on and off.
Yeah,
10 years now, 12 years. So
DJ Brian Omar came up with he's the Photoshop guy on the team. Okay.
Figures.
I just wish Sexy Lexi had a little tighter of the beard. I wonder if they did it by dick size.
I wonder how long
beard.
that took them to
There's
do
our
that.
20-minute mark.
There had to be some time, man, to do that.
That was great, though. Oh, but that's awesome. And listen, it really, we say what we say on here, and thanks for listening because you heard it. But it's end of the day, you have Murderers Row 9th, Green Mountain Boys 9th,
Yeah.
Rock 7th, Angry Shamrocks 5th. So you had 4 teams from the Northeast finish in the top 10.
Mhm.
You had
A couple right
3 from
outside.
New England.
Yeah, and you had a couple right outside at 13.
Mm-hmm.
I think LAS was 13.
LAS
yeah,
wasn't 13.
they weren't. I
Young
thought they
Guns,
were.
Young Guns was 13. LAS was 17. Rhode Island
17,
Rays were
yeah.
17.
17, yeah.
Spartans
Uh-huh.
finished 17. Woo Reapers finished 17. So, like, you know, again, it's all about your draw. It's all about where you and when you fall into the losers bracket, who you're facing.
And were you guys playing? I don't know. You guys were out. Were they playing in the pouring? Were they playing in the pouring rain? I didn't get to watch like when it.
There
For
was
when,
some during
Thursday?
hail.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, they were playing through that shit.
Thursday, so we lost game 1, and I went to the stadium to take one of our guys that never seen the stadium over there to check it out. As soon as we got there, the horn blew. I looked at him. I said, "We're fucking out of here." Said we're done. Yeah. So they were playing, and then I think that was just the lightning. I snapped at our guys in the house in the morning. Everybody just kept talking about the fucking weather. I'm like, you're in fucking Vieira. Like, there is going to be wind. There's gonna be a rain shower. Like, there's gonna be shit. Shut the fuck up. Like, it's just when you're in Florida, I know I'd say it every year. It's like fucking golf. When you golf around here and then you go to different parts of the country, you go to a mountain course, it's a little different. You go to Florida, you have to hit the stingers. It's the same fucking thing here. Teams that can hit the singles, doubles, hit it into the gaps, keep the ball low, play defense. Those are the teams that are going to fucking win.
And it was a normal pro-am, right? Not the hardcore, just a normal pro-am?
Normal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The ball was fine.
Yeah.
There was one video that U-Trip put up that showed like the ball tracker.
I saw that. That was
wild.
Yeah. That was nuts. Yeah, it was yesterday, I think they put it up.
Yeah, whenever it was. So, Jerry, it's just they just put a red tracer on it, and you see a couple of them kind of go up towards, and then it almost just looks like a knuckleball, but not the line drive knuckleball. It was the knuckleball that was up 200 feet, and it lands 30 feet to the side.
The thing is, too, is like this guy just said they played with 36-mile-an-hour winds. If you go back and look at some of the Northeast scores, like the Whalers lost to a couple teams by 1 run. They got thrown out the plate 3 times. And I think 2 of those teams finished in the top fucking 10 of the tournament.
Well, and here's the thing, especially on Thursday, was 3 runs an inning was going to win you games. 2 runs an inning was going to win you games. Like, that's all it was going to. It wasn't going to take much just because of how extreme the wind was. And you saw some balls hit that would just take off and then hit a wall and drop or end up,
I saw some hit to left field, like out to left field, and the shortstop was like running back towards the pitcher's mound to catch it like a basket catch because it was that crazy.
It was wild. But again, it was during a hurricane right on the West Coast, and you shouldn't have been that surprised. If you were that surprised, you got to stop partying so much. But I got to tell you, I say, probably the biggest surprise we saw here. First off, I want to get back into I'm going back to the power rankings versus points.
Correct.
Stop fucking this tournament, especially. Stop with the seeding by points. Points mean fucking shit.
Yep.
The fact that we could probably go through and see, handful of great second games or first games for teams because of points. Like, I'm thinking Green Mountain Boys versus Audi out of Pennsylvania. I know there was other ones. Rank this shit by power ranking.
That Audi team shouldn't even have got there. The Whalers the Marlin Roofing Whalers, they should have beat them. That umpire was terrible. They got 3 guys thrown out at the plate. It was just the Marlins should have been in that game.
Well, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah.
I also saw one of their games that looked like they were getting away with. There was a play at the plate in one of their games toward the end too.
The blocking the plate.
Yeah, fully blocking the plate.
Yeah, the catcher. Really? It was that game. It was that game.
Oh,
I thought that then maybe it happened again because I thought Whalers got away with it once.
Oh no, they got screwed on the blocking the plate. They got the tying run thrown out.
Yeah, it was
7th inning.
I think that was if the guy looked local, like I see him at the Plex.
It is. It is. It's the same guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's there were some rough parts there. allegedly.
I may know who you're talking about. But yeah, I really would like to see. I'd like to see regionals and worlds move to a power ranking seeding. I think that would just make for a better tournament overall. And there was somebody in the comments here, Pump saying that the pitching was crucial. You're right. Like, pitching was absolutely crucial. The team that figured out how to, the pitcher that figured out how to deal with the wind and adjust to the wind quicker was going to put themselves in a very good spot. But on the flip side, the team that was going to be patient at the plate, that's why we lost our first game. Team that was more patient at the plate was going to win. Like, and that Thursday especially was the big thing.
I mean, I'll keep pumping their brakes. Well, I told Hummer, I said, you got to watch PYP. I said, their pitcher is the best player in this tournament. And I just met Caleb when I moved down here. He should be playing conference, but in Florida, if you play conference, you can't play local. So, like, Caleb's one of the best players I've played with, and I played with everybody. He can hit, and he can pitch, and he can run. And fuck, he was 2 games away from being the MVP of the tournament, never mind the offensive MVP. He pitched the perfect game.
Perfect game.
Yeah.
Right.
And he doesn't even want to pitch.
I don't want to pitch, but hold on. Let me do this real quick.
Yeah.
Perfect game.
He might have only had to throw 11 pitches. I'm pretty sure they were also swinging at first pitches every time.
That was crazy, bro. Like,
it was bad.
Yeah. And then people were talking shit about it. Like, all these, they had 11 guys all weekend. They had 4 guys not be able to get there because of the hurricane.
Holy
They had
shit.
11 guys, and he was their only pitcher all weekend.
Wow.
And they're like, oh, they picked up, 4 or 5 guys for the weekend. No, they didn't. It was the same
I
guys.
saw that too. I
They
saw
had
that in
2
the Maryland.
guys. Yeah. They played E last year.
Yeah,
So, like,
that's the Lagunatics.
No, different guys. That's
No,
the
that's
drip guys. Is
That was Drip.
Lunatics, yeah.
Okay.
But
I
like,
still think it's lagoon addicts. I think they're just obsessed with lagoons.
but I mean, we can get into it. They wanted to go to SeaWorlds, and they were told no.
How do you tell a team that I get you can only play one Worlds, but when you have an entire team that is looking to play in the Sea Worlds that has the ability, you're allowed to play in multiple states.
Right.
Why wouldn't you allow a D team to go play in the Sea Worlds?
Right. The idea of telling a team they cannot play up, but if you have women right now playing and they can play A and B, men can play A and B. So why can't you play D and then C? You live close
So
by. Why can't you play in 2?
Right.
Yeah, technically all those teams shouldn't be able to play in A Worlds.
Yeah.
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 I mean, if that's the thing, like, and so much of what we hear, and what we see, what we say as well is play up, play up, play up. Whether you're a D team, but still play up in the C and just get that competition. That's how you get better, whatever. How do you do that? Like, I understand, like, Green Mountain Boys wanted to play up at the Firecracker and were told no. I get that a little bit more, but
That's
like,
just because the team wise, number wise,
right.
the Firecracker. Yeah.
This isn't like, I mean, like, if an E team wanted to go into D states or C states, they're going to be allowed.
Yep.
A D team going into C states or B, same thing. Like, you're allowed. So why not? Hell, you could even do regionals probably.
What's one more team when you're only at 73 teams? You know what I mean?
Let's not talk about lower teams playing up at a regional tournament, okay? Because that's what Wits did.
Yeah.
And then beat 3 of us.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, there you go. Like, why wouldn't you allow this? And it's just,
That's how you grow the game. And then they're all crucified for it now because I don't want to talk too much because he could probably ban me too, but fuck it, I don't even play. The Florida director is banning them from being able to put a Challenge Cup team together now.
allegedly off a screenshot
Mm-hmm.
over on Softball Uncensored. So I just, you see a team like that, you're in Jacksonville, you have the ability. Why wouldn't you? Like, why wouldn't you allow these guys? Like, it's not like, hey, if anybody wanted to fucking do it,
Yeah.
they're like, you know what, we're going to fly back here for Sea Worlds.
Or, hey, we're making 2 weeks out of it, 3 weeks out of it. We have the vacation time.
Right.
You're gonna deny him?
And it's,
I was looking at I think that Make Softball Great Again page, and they were complaining that an E team that will be playing in E Worlds, they won One Nation D or whatever WSL. They won a D regional. People were complaining about that. How are you going to let them go and play E Worlds now?
Yeah,
because they're an E team. That's how they beat the D teams, but they are a registered. Like, you should always be allowed to play in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand it. And it's not like the bracket was made.
It hasn't.
No,
No,
you
it's not
could.
made yet.
You
No,
had
you
until
still enter.
today. You
Yeah,
had until
to
today to register.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like there's some more behind the scenes things going on there that we
there-
aren't privy to.
I don't know at all, but I can just tell by some of the conversations there definitely is.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100% there is.
Their coach and their catcher are One Nation directors. So.
Oh, well, this is starting to get a little more.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's starting to clean. That clears things up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we found a motive.
Eli Road is up. Eli Real, I mean, whatever the hell their name is, they're up 15-4, bottom 5.
Eli Real up 15-4, bottom 5.
Yeah,
Don't get
JK,
us another,
they're playing
don't get us another
JK.
letter, please.
I'm watching it. I pay for it.
I understand. We did
Yeah.
too, but we were making so much money off of it.
Dude, I'll share it right now.
I'm also watching another game.
Who you
we
watching?
I'm watching the. Well, I'm waiting for the Thunder game to be over. It's 37-8, bottom 4.
Did Platinum Fire win or lose?
They lost.
Okay.
So PF
And
is
then-
1-1. They lost
I want-
to Pure Pressure.
And the women's tournament's back 3 hours. The 7:20 games are supposed to start at 10:20.
that Pure Pressure is the conference team.
So Legacy is going to be playing their 10-15 game at 1:15.
They were on track pretty well at least, but that 8:40 winners bracket championship, you're now
Shit.
looking at almost midnight.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch PF because I wanted to watch that young kid play.
I tell you, remember the good old days when we used to broadcast overnight and stuff like that? Like that 10-15 start for Legacy, that'll now be midnight, 1 o'clock.
That
I
was
mean, shit,
perfect
right
for you
now,
because you were about
we-
12, 15, 22 beers in.
Yeah, like right now, I would have been on our fucking like 14 of broadcasting days. That's what happened last year. It was great.
My kids we would have gone to bed early tonight.
That's 9 o'clock.
Anyway, so let's get back. Let's finish up this D Worlds before jumping over. Angry Shamrocks, biggest surprise, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the biggest surprise of the tournament. You're right. Chris Pope is big, but I know he didn't start pitching, and then they brought in Pope, and they made the run.
But do they stay together and play C? Because you got to remember, those guys are C elite now.
I could see that team. I could see that team mostly staying together. Yeah, I could see most of those guys sticking around. But yeah, hell of a run from those guys. Love seeing that. And then on the back end, any surprises? I don't really think there was anybody heard that I was like, holy shit, they're 0-2, 1-2.
I'll say it because I started it getting us the shit. I was very surprised how poorly the Amish teams did.
Oh yeah, Scott Routing. Yeah.
And Fairview. Fairview
And
didn't
Fairview.
do well either.
Yeah.
Great fucking great research there, Coco.
Well,
Coco's
damn it.
just going off of names.
But if you look at their names and their brothers and all that shit, you're like, damn, these boys got to play with their brothers and against them all the time. And
Yeah.
I think Fairview did better, and they were like only 4 games above 500. Scott Routing was 20 games over 500 going into the tournament, something like that. Like,
yeah, that's a big disappointment. Bonfire was also we were going 1-2. That's a team that either could have done, like, if you told me it's not disappointment, it was just more of like they went 1-2. Okay.
Yeah.
I could have seen them going 3-2 and finishing top 10. Like they're just such a bipolar team anyway. But you're right. Probably.
How'd the Young Guns end up doing? Were they 5-2 or 4-2?
They were finished at 13th. They went 3-2.
Uh-huh.
I don't think they had, they went 2-0 and then 1-2.
Okay.
can you just do me a favor? I'll keep taking my medicine. Can you just put the last comment from Cabo?
Yeah, they lost to PYP and then they lost to Green Mountain Boys.
So 2 really good teams, 2 C teams. No, is Young Guns a C? Did Young Guns get bumped for national or no?
Yeah, they got bumped from national. Love this Cabo out here telling Coco to stick to his day job.
I
Coco,
do
he's not
suck
good
at
at
scouting.
Cabo. He's not good at that either.
I suck at scouting, but I did win the Beast of the East this year in D's, and we knocked out Murderers Row. So I know I got that going for me.
Speaking of sandbaggers, Joel himself is in here.
Love that. Okay, so after looking at these teams that are going to get bumped for next year for in the area, Young Guns, they've been together for 2 years. I would say they stick together.
Mhm.
Angry Shamrocks, I think probably a majority of that team would stick together.
And you get three B players.
Right.
Remember that.
Rock, I don't know. I don't know them well enough. Green Mountain Boys, that's a great question. I hope they do. I'll be curious to see what happens there. I think they will. I hope they do. It's just the travel piece for them. Murderers Row, I mean, aren't they, they're all together anyway. So they're going to stick together. Those are the teams that are going to get bumped from this year at Worlds. Yeah, I'd say Murderers Row for sure. Green Mountain Boys travel, we'll see. Angry Shamrocks, we'll see.
I think Green Mountain Boys, they travel anyway. They're coming from the Burlington area. They have to travel to get to Merrimack. They have to travel everywhere.
I think maybe they have to go to 2 more tournaments than they didn't go to.
The problem is, right, for them is now you're going to have to go. You have to go to the Plex 3 times, go to Taunton 3 times, or at least the Plex probably more like 4 times at least, and then New Hampshire you only get to go to twice, which is a big difference. But that's a big difference.
That's a lot of C teams though. Plex 4 times, Taunton.
But from where they are, that's why we don't see the main C teams. That's why we don't see like Burlington to North Brantford is not a quick trip.
Yeah, I get it.
They're really going to need a sponsor. So we'll see what happens there. But congratulations to all those teams. Bang Bros, congrats. PYP.
Yeah. Dude, that pitcher, I'm pretty sure the pitcher is like 50-something years old.
For Bang Bros?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he took his helmet off and he made me feel young.
Yeah. They were saying he plays senior ball, so he's got to be, I think he's like 50-something. He's in the Hall. They said he got inducted into the Hall of Fame. Like,
they were talking about him being in the Florida Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Love that. But yeah, congrats to all the teams locally that made a nice little run. Shamrocks, congrats on surprising the fuck out of all of us. Murderers Row, Green Mountain Boys, I'm glad you guys are getting bumped. Like you both had great years. It would have been a disappointment to not see you get bumped being down there in Nationals.
There you go. I just said he's 59 years old, the pitcher from Bang Bros.
Damn.
I don't even want to play, and I'm not 39 years old. Fuck.
Eli just ruled the team they were playing.
Love that. So that's Josh Slaybaugh's team. Eli Real, Slaybaugh Towing, team that got bumped out of D's last year, but can't go to C World. So they said, "Fuck it, let's go to Conference B," which is awesome. Seed. Yeah,
yes.
I mean, great jump for these guys. Let's head over to the women's B real quick. So Coco, you've been keeping an eye on this. Again, I don't have the subscription service anymore because I don't need it. So Legacy's 2-0. They're going to play tomorrow at like 3 a.m. They had a close game against Fresh. They won their first game 8-7.
8-7, which was an interesting thing. I think I sent you guys a picture. I was trying to watch that game, and it went from tied 7-7 to final score 9-7 while Legacy was still up to bat. And then
that's what that was.
Yeah, then they scored a run, and the final score was 10-7, posted as 8-7. But then they went out against the number 2 seed, and I think they just won like 12-1 in their
10-2.
10-2. So they move on, and then Grip It won their first game, but then lost to the 1 seed Angry Beavers out of Ohio.
So the Angry Beavers team's tough.
So it's saying, is the bracket updated?
I wrote those names in with my handy pen.
Yeah, so Edith's going to be playing Legacy, which Edith was in conference last year.
10-15.
Allegedly.
Yeah. It's raining still.
Oh, it's going to rain.
And then let me see here. Yeah, they're still – so Edith's Conference B again this year. They're 8-2 in class, 1921 overall, 1091 power ranking. They are the number 3 seed behind NCN and Angry Beavers.
Legacy beat the 2 seed.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
power rating Beavers. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying power ranking wise, whenever we had looked, Legacy was up there near the top. So that's one of those power ranking or points. Which one is the one that gets you the better spot?
So this is B World. So Bobby Pins didn't go to Worlds?
Bobby Pins is playing in, I have that too. Bobby Pins is not playing in the A or B, but they are playing in the GSL. Yeah, the only local team it looked like that's playing in the A for women is Legacy is the 19 seed in that.
Okay.
That's
then
it.
Pork
That's the only
Pistols.
local team playing in A. Oh, the Pork Pistols are.
They're
back.
not local, but we made them local.
They sure are fucking local. Yeah, let's see power ranking wise. Just in the B, taking out the conference team, Lady DC out of Texas would be 1. Grip It would be 2. Legacy would be 3. But you got to factor in some of the conference teams and then go from there as well. NCN's conference, Angry Beavers played some conference, Eat It played conference. So, yeah, interesting. I'll be curious to see how Legacy does. Hopefully they can make a nice run. Hopefully the Grip It ladies can make a run through the losers bracket now. They play at 9:00 tonight. KB, I heard, went Yabo already.
Ooh, so that Thunder game is on right now, right?
Yeah. Yes, I heard she went Big Fly too, and I think she was posting I think she was benching 55.
Saw that.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Making you look weak.
No, I can do that. Thank you very much. I choose not to.
What's the gym?
What?
What's the gym?
You're just lugging around packages working on
Dude.
your calves.
Speaking of fucking gym, and hold on, I went to that Boston Lobster Feast
Oh,
because
Christ, here we go.
so I almost went to Crystal's, and I'm like, I'm not going to a $20 Chinese buffet in fucking Melbourne. I want to fly home and not shit myself.
You wouldn't have. You
Well,
shipped before you left.
And then we went back up to Kissimmee, and we went to Boston Lobster Feast. I'd rather not. Like, I'd rather just buy a lobster and cook it myself instead of getting all this stuff. Like, it was exactly what I expected.
I told you what to do. Lobster, crab legs, prime rib. That's it.
I did lobsters, crab leg, lobsters, and I did some shrimp salad. But I did like 4 lobsters and a couple pounds of crab legs. Like, I'm good, Snides. I'd rather spend $60 elsewhere.
Yeah, good. I mean, you know what you're getting into. A nice steak dinner would have been better, but there's a really good Italian restaurant right around the corner from there too.
Could have been brought to his attention already.
It's Florida.
I don't know the
it's
name
a
of-
home
I
of
don't know
fucking
the name of
chains. Like, that's
Yeah.
all it is. There's no fucking. I hate eating in Florida, except there's Wawa.
Yeah, guess what's at Wawa now? As of the other day,
Good beer.
Wawa and Buc-ee's.
the Turkey Bowl, buddy.
Oh, jeez.
It's
I know.
back.
I didn't get one before I left. I was pissed.
It's back.
So good. So Thunder won, Chosen won 37-8. They take on Cedar Creek.
They're playing right now. It just started.
We just started.
Cedar Creek, they are 2-1 in class, 10-4 overall.
The
So they played a
27
shit-
seed.
Yeah. Cute little 251 power ranking with 724 points. Hopefully these guys know what they're doing.
I think they do.
A lot of One Nation for these boys. I think they did pretty well on One Nation. I remember seeing them posted a couple times in different areas. But Cedar Creek, if you don't know Cedar Creek, you haven't been paying attention to teams growing up. They've been they went from E to D to C. They did well everywhere along the way. So I'll be curious to see what they look like here.
They're all 5'5". Okay.
I mean, you guys are gonna have to tell me because I'm not watching it.
And it looks like some of them are already getting on good vitamins. So, yeah.
Cedar Creek's D year, I believe, was our 603 year, J-Rob.
Yes, yeah, it was.
We just kind of watched them as we got knocked out.
That was fun.
I did. That's what I do in the outfield sometimes, just watch other games.
So right now with the B, we have, like I said, Thunder. We got PF. That's really it. Chick-fil-A won a game out of Virginia, but
Lost.
that's it. Eli Real. I'd love to see Eli Real take on Thunder.
They would
Finals.
They'd play in the winners bracket final. That's where they would
Yeah.
match up. Mhm.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I like Josh. Josh is great.
Yeah. Thunder's got to get through this game first.
Yeah.
This is a while. I mean, I know you guys just had the similar type of bracket for D's where you'd play one game, but I wouldn't have expected in a tournament with as few teams as they have. Eli would play 1 today.
Mhm.
So 2 today, sorry.
Mhm.
One
Just kidding.
tomorrow.
I'm illiterate. Reading stuff so tough. I thought it was Monday this whole time.
No,
We've
it's
only been
Tuesday.
doing the podcast on Tuesdays for years at this point.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do this.
Okay. Good talk.
No,
Good
I
talk,
think-
Coco.
I think this is the last game of the night, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yeah. They would play the winners of this game. The winner of this game plays at 2 p.m. tomorrow.
I think
Ooh.
there's got to be losers bracket games.
I'm saying the winners are playing at
Yes,
2.
it's the last winners of the night, and then there's losers brackets.
Yeah, starting at 8 a.m.
then
Loser
you got-
bracket scheduled tonight for 8 p.m.
Yeah. Oh,
so
really?
that's going to be 11 o'clock.
Yeah, probably. So you got Eli Real and Thunder both playing in the A's. That starts Friday. That's going to be a really good. The A's going to be really good.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy the other day. It's hard to pick a winner for the A. I mean, I said I said Primetime's got to be Primetime's always the favorite. They've been an A for a long time, still together. But the LOB boys from Florida, they killed it at the major. So, and they got a couple guys who weren't on their team in the beginning of the year who made them better.
Really? So they got better.
Mm-hmm.
So Primetime's 5th. So they Cedar Creek. You've got I-57 Roofing Beachy 1, Cheap Suits 2, Bay Area Legends 3. They all get buys. And then Primetime is sitting as the 5. LSR is the 4. This is a pretty. I mean, you could probably pick.
You could pick 6 teams.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5, 6 teams.
Yeah, because you got to remember, Beachy's had a hell of a year.
Unreal.
Yeah, LSR's been the favorite on paper since October
Before
of
they
last
stepped
year.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So
Cheap Suits is going to be good. Yeah, this is going to be the A's going to be real good.
And Bay Area is good too.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be the best A in a while. Mm-hmm.
I mean, fuck. Like you've got, this is a really good. You got Legends at 6.
Yeah.
Van Wert Frickers at 7. Who's 8?
Yeah.
Dirty Vegas 8.
Yeah,
Eli Real 9. Like fuck. This is a deep A roster, and you know how it goes. It just takes takes a bad matchup early on, and somebody gets hot quick.
Yeah, depending on how these B teams do, depending on how they do in the A, because you could see a B team go far in the A.
Oh, for sure. You really could.
Yeah.
And then lastly, we got the Women's World Series starting this
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Too.
Wednesday.
Friday.
Friday.
No, Friday.
All in the stadium. Couple games on the backfields.
Stadium, White Easton, Stadium. 2 games on the White Easton in the winners bracket, rest on Stadium.
Yeah, that's how the men's is. Same thing.
I'm telling you. So you got Monster at 1, Derby Girls 2, Team 24 3, Blue Pearl 4, Lady SNI 5. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what this shakes out. Chaos is 9, or Chaos Ladies. Friday to Sunday.
Ugh.
God, that's long.
Because they play all the games on the stadium.
Yeah.
And you have another women's tournament happening at the same time.
The GSL, right?
The GSL.
Yeah.
The Legacy women start today and they end Sunday, potentially.
Damn, that's a long time.
3 tournaments.
Yeah. Wow.
So let's say you win. Let's say you win playing the. Let's just say losers break a final.
Mm-hmm.
You finish top 3. Now you move right into the A Worlds. Let's say you play 3-4 games there, and then you move into the GSL. And let's say you make another. Like you're playing a fuckload of softball over a week.
Which is cool.
Wednesday, you would have the championship for the women's B. Must be at 10:40. The losers bracket final starts at 9:20. So then it'd be 10:40. The when game would be noon. And then it looks like the first game of the A tournament, Legacy plays at 2.
Yeah.
So they could potentially play like at noon, 10:40, noon, 2 o'clock for a brand new tournament.
When we won the A 2 years ago, like we literally won the A, and they're like, "All right, go to the other field you're playing." We're like, "No, we're out."
Yeah,
like we want to celebrate. We're done.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. I was like, "What happened?" Well, that makes sense. And we're getting called out here because Maddie Ratty is in our chat here saying we skipped over the women's A, which we did skip over the women's A.
I underlined their name.
4. Huh?
That counts for nothing.
Yeah. Oh, Legacy is 9. Okay, so Legacy is the second to last or third to last seed.
Mhm.
and they play into the 3 seed.
Mhm.
Chaos with Tab and all the rest of the ladies. Hopefully, you know, I'd love to see Tab go back to back, win a couple of rings back to back years.
Yeah.
Be nice. All right. Angry Beavers are 6 in this one. Oh, because they're a B team. Who's won? Blue Pearl, Rogue.
Rogue.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. That's it. All right. You go do. Sorry, Maddie Ratty. Love you. Let's get out of here. We got stuff to do.
Yeah, I just got super freaked out because a raindrop went down the camera.
Yeah, same thing happened to me.
And I was like, is my computer broken?
You watching the Thunder game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was until now it's loading into nothingness.
Coco, you got an MFK or no?
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. I have a feeling once Worlds is done, we're probably going to take a break, a nice little break.
February.
Right?
When's the Hall of Fame dinner?
March.
We'll come back. We'll figure it
Challenge
out.
Cup.
You'll still have Challenge Cup.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that sounds maybe good. All right, we'll talk to everybody.
See you guys.
See you guys.